We're going to use the Wronskian to show that the functions x and x squared are linearly independent. We previously introduced the Wronskian and how it can be used to show a set of functions is linearly independent. I'll put a link in the description to that video. You can pause and read this if you want a quick review, but the gist of it is that if we have n functions, then we can construct the matrix consisting of those n functions and their first n-1 derivatives. And the determinant of that matrix is the Wronskian. If the Wronskian is not 0 on all real numbers, then the functions must be linearly independent. So when we come down to our example, x and x squared are infinitely differentiable functions. So we can find the Wronskian and apply the theorem. So let's go ahead and do this. We have two functions, and so we're going to have a 2 by 2 matrix determinant. The first row is the 0th derivatives of the functions, which is to say just the functions, x and x squared. And then we'll just have one row of derivatives, in this case, the first derivatives. The derivative of x is 1, and the derivative of x squared is 2x. So the Wronskian is just this determinant, which is straightforward to calculate. X times 2x is 2x squared, and then we must subtract 1 times x squared. So 2x squared minus x squared, this is equal to x squared, which is not identically 0 from negative infinity to infinity. It is 0 when x equals 0, but everywhere else it's non-zero. So indeed, the functions are linearly independent. Again, for this to be identically 0, and so we couldn't conclude the functions are linearly independent, that would mean that this determinant is 0 everywhere. That's definitely not the case here. So since the Wronskian is not identically 0 from negative infinity to infinity, x and x squared are linearly independent functions. It's as easy as that. Let me know in the comments if you have any questions, and be sure to check out my linear algebra course and linear algebra exercises playlists in the description for more. Thanks for watching.
I'm the mathematical menace, the machinations of mankind. Two calculators at the same time, hand signs and abacus, finger count and calculus. I'm a V to the T, my parameter the rapidest. Happens like this, my lecture's the most prominent, dominant. Call me the Morgan, I get the compliments. The union in together like any time that we intersect, cause my opponents know they need